Hey, I want to ask you something, and I really want you to think about it before you answer. How are you actually planning to make money on YouTube? Not someday, not eventually. Like, what is your actual plan? Because if you can't answer that question clearly, then this video is for you. And by the time we're done here, I want you to know exactly which lane you're in, why it matters, and how your decision changes everything about the way you should be building your YouTube channel. So stay with me. Hey, I'm Dee Dee, and I help people over 40 build YouTube channels that are fun, creative, and profitable. Here's what I see happening all the time, and I say this with earnest because this was me. Someone decides they want to start a YouTube channel. They're excited, they have something to say, and then they start posting. And they just keep posting, hoping that something eventually happens, hoping that the views come, hoping subscribers come, and hoping somehow the money will follow. And they're working so hard, but they're working for YouTube instead of letting YouTube work for them. They've made YouTube the destination when it was always really meant to be the vehicle. And nobody told them that, or maybe somebody told them somewhere along the way, but it just hasn't clicked yet. And either way, I want it to click for you today. Because the way you think about YouTube determines everything. It determines what kind of content you make, who are you trying to reach, and honestly, how long are you going to last before you burn out because you haven't made any headway towards making money. So let me break this down in a way that I think it's going to make a lot of sense. And I hope I can find some really good graphics here that'll really tie this all together. There are really two legitimate ways to build YouTube. That's two paths. And I like to think of these two paths as two different highways. The first is the YouTube highway, and it's crowded. Everybody's on it. You merge in, you start driving, you're posting videos, and hope that eventually, somewhere miles down the road, there's a sign that says, monetization exit. And that exit leads to AdSense and brand deals and sponsorships. Some people get there really fast, but some sit in traffic for years. The second path is the bypass. And it's not crowded because most people don't even know it exists. And this bypass works like a bridge because on this path, YouTube isn't the destination, it's the foundation. Every video that you post lays another stretch of foundation and takes you further from all that traffic and noise. And every person that watches adds another support cable to the bridge. And before long, it's not just viewers that are building your bridge, it's customers and clients and community members and opportunities. You're not stuck waiting for that monetization exit sign. You've built your own road that is monetization. And most YouTube beginners, they end up on one of them because they never really consciously chose it. They just started driving and one day looked up and wondered why they're not where they thought they would be. So I want you to choose on purpose. And here's path one. YouTube as the business itself, or the YouTube highway. This means the channel is the product. You're building an audience and you want to make money through ad revenue, brand deals, affiliate marketing. The channel is what makes you the money. And I want to be clear here, this is not a bad path. There are people that do incredibly well this way, but I want to be honest with you about what this path actually requires. It takes longer to pay you and it requires significantly more volume and consistency. It's more dependent on the algorithm and things that are outside of your control. You can absolutely get there, but you need to go in with your eyes wide open about the timeline and the work that's involved. And here's path number two. YouTube as your marketing engine. That's the YouTube bypass. This means your channel exists to drive people towards something that you own or something that you sell, whether that's a digital product or a course, a community or a service or even an email list, whatever that thing is for you. YouTube is out there finding your people. They're building trust with them and sending them your way. You don't need a massive audience for this to work. A small, loyal, targeted audience can absolutely pay you because you're converting the viewers into customers. YouTube's doing all the heavy lifting. They're bringing the right people to you, and then you have something waiting for them when they get there. This is the side business model. This is YouTube working as your marketing tool, like in an ad from a newspaper back in the day. I'm sure most of y'all remember those, right? People would see the ad, and then when they needed that service, hopefully, if the ad was done properly, they would remember it, and then they would call those people and hire their services. And that's what YouTube does. So now pause for just a second and ask yourself, which one of these sounds like what you actually want? Because They're not the same. And trying to build one while secretly hoping for the other, that's where a lot of the frustration comes from. And I remember when I started my channel back in 2023, and not this one, but a different one, I thought if I make videos and just post, I could make a little money. And I had no idea how any of this worked. So I started something easy. I started an entertainment channel. My husband and I, we love to go to the casino a few times a year and play low-stakes slots. I thought I could record myself playing those slots and some of our travel to Las Vegas and other casinos and make a little money and use that for our gambling budget. And it worked. I made money. I then added my husband to the mix because he's funny and people liked our banner, and that really helped the channel grow a little faster. But I remember talking with another YouTube who's in the same space one day, and she asked me, "What is your end goal?" I didn't have an answer. I mean, I'm sure I gave a proper answer at the time, and I've never forgotten that question though, and it really got me thinking, and it still keeps me thinking to this day, what is my end goal? But that's when I knew I had to pivot. So I started this channel because I felt like it was time for people to learn that there's more to YouTube than just posting videos every day and hoping for an ongoing income from ad revenue. Not only did I start a new channel, and I didn't cross promote the channel either, I kept this one clean because my other viewers, they don't even know about this channel because I didn't want viewers that didn't want to learn how to start a YouTube channel messing up my analytics, because that's exactly what would happen. But that's a video for another day. But I started in the beginning on this one with free downloads, a way to connect with me, a school community. All of it was free. And it's all linked in my description. And it started working right away without tons of views or tons of subscribers. And now I can charge for those things. And I said all that to say that I'm not saying that the YouTube highway is the wrong path for you. For some, it's the only path. And I like my other channel. I'm just letting you know that there's another option out there. Now that you understand the two paths, I want you to see how this changes the way that you actually build. If YouTube is the business itself, your highway, your focus is volume and consistency and audience growth above almost everything else in the beginning. Monetization is coming, but it could be later, and you have to be genuinely okay with that timeline going in. If YouTube is your marketing engine, your bypass, your content always has a purpose beyond the views. Every video you make is pointing somewhere. Descriptions, community, wherever that is. You're not just creating content, you're creating a pathway. And even if it is simple, even if right now all you have is leads to a freebie or a community or just one product, there is intention behind it and you're building something. And here's where people get into trouble. They mix these two up. They want the income of path 2, but they're building like they're on path 1. And the strategy doesn't match the goal, and they wonder why nothing's clicking. Trying to grow a massive audience when what you actually need is just a few hundred loyal fans is a long, exhausting, and unnecessary detour. I don't want that for you. Know your path. Build for that path now. And just so I'm clear, both paths take time. Neither is get rich quick. And like any other business, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort to see growth and results. So this week in my school community, I posted something and I asked these 3 questions. And I want to bring those 3 questions here, and I think they're going to hit just right after everything we just talked about. So why are you doing YouTube? What do you want to accomplish? And how do you want to build a business and make money, if that's your goal? And there's no shame in the last one, none. You're absolutely allowed to say out loud that you're building something and you want it to pay you. It's not selfish. That's smart. We all need money to live. Answer those 3 questions as honestly as you can, because knowing the 2 paths exist might change your answers. It might shape them in a different way. Your answers may still be a little unclear, and that's okay, because right now everything is temporary, because things change daily. New ideas pop up, and this is just a direction that you can start driving in. And it's so much better than just sitting still in traffic, waiting until everything is perfectly figured out. Make a decision. Start moving. You can change your direction along the way, but you cannot steer a parked car. And YouTube is one of the most powerful free tools available to anyone building a business right now. I truly believe that. But a tool only works when you know how to use it and what you're building with it. So decide today which road you're on, not tomorrow. Not after the next course or the next video you watch about YouTube strategy where everything starts running together and getting confused. Find your path. Are you building a business that YouTube feeds, or is YouTube itself the business you're building? This one decision is going to shape every video you make, every piece of content you create, every piece of content you watch, and honestly, how long you stick with this before you see it pay off. And drop your answer in the comments. I want to know which path you're on, and if this video helped you get clear on something or anything, share it with someone who's still trying to figure this out, because somebody out there needs to hear this today. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.